Okay, so welcome everyone. Today I'm here with a special guest for the EBM Scholars Show, and as I promised, I have to talk with expert. So we have to bring expert to talk about money, our future, retirement, happiness, and everything. So welcome so much, Dada. And first and foremost, please introduce yourself.
Oh my goodness, what an amazing time. Thank you so much for welcoming me to this powerful platform. My name is Jane Moshi Maloda, and I'm so honored and privileged to be here with you all today. You know, like Mr. Makuliro will tell you, an expert. Let me tell you, we're all expert in our own ways. You know, I'm here to represent ourselves when we talk about money, a subject everybody would love to hear. What are my backgrounds? So me, originally, I actually went to school to do nursing. I love and I'm passionate about helping people. So I have been helping people for over 15 years, you know, and guess what? I always ask myself, what about me? You know, I'm helping others. What about me? So I'm always have a thirst of looking out to see what else can I do so I can even impact more and more people. So, hey, I started the business and I'm now a licensed financial professional all the way from California. And I've been a licensed professional for 3 years. And my education is Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, Master's of Nursing with leadership background, as well as Master's of Business. But let me tell you, the conversation today is going to be on fire. I hope you're sitting down and you're ready to actually take some notes.
Yes, that is the first thing. I want to
questions.
I want to tell people they have to take a notebook so that they can be able to write. That is something they have to do because because we are going to talk a lot of good things, which we usually don't talk in normal conversation. We avoid a lot talking about the issue of money, issue about our future, about retirement, about dying, and all those kind of things. But the good things down to our life. So I'll be having a lot of questions to start with, but I'll give a lot of time for you to give deeper analysis. But the first thing you mentioned yourself, you used to be a professional nurse with a bachelor degree and master's degree in nursing. And I believe your degrees are from here in the United States, and you worked for enough time here in the United States. What I know, nursing is a degree program or profession, pays a lot of money. And I know it is a dream of many people to join to the field of science and get 100,000, 200,000 per year. And that is the dream of many people. So let me start with you. How comes you decided to quit 150, 200, 250,000 US dollar per year to do something else? To start with that one.
Oh my goodness, that question is always ringing about. Because people look at me and I tell them I retired nursing, you know? They're like, what do you mean? I'm going to school to be a nurse. I heard nurses do wonders. They get compensated a lot. You know, I always ask a question, Mr. Makulero, compared to what?
Exactly.
You know? Because if you're looking about 150, 250, 250,000, compared to what? Because when we look at wealth, this is really simple. When we look at wealth, you know, we define wealth differently. For me and other my colleagues, we define wealth in 5 F's. First is your faith,
yes,
right? Then you go to your family. What is it that around that? Number 3 is finance. Number 4 is your health. We call it a fitness. And number 5 is fun. So really, at the end of the day, when you're doing whatever you have to do and you cannot at least accomplish this 5, doesn't matter how billionaire you are, right? It's not going to give you any wealth. But looking back for me, I used to work. I used to be a manager. And I had a phone. I had to take that phone everywhere I go. Everywhere I go was in a birthday, every corner of the room. I get woke up in the middle of the night. And how would I do all my 5F if that was my life, right? So looking about freedom of time. So that's the reason really I let go of that and I do what it is. Now I am searching a purpose instead of a paycheck.
Yes.
So that's the difference. When you work for somebody, you are just chasing a paycheck. When you work for yourself, what you're doing is creating time to do what it is that you would have wanted to do anyways, but also you're chasing for purpose. So that's the reason, really, truly deep down, because helping people still remain and is my focus. But I just pivot a little bit on the way I'm helping people, but I'm really chasing a purpose in life rather than a paycheck. So
And
that's the reason why I really.
And if I might add, the reason on my end usual is no matter what job you have, even if you are a president, you die today, tomorrow you are replaced by someone else. But if it is your own company, yes, you can. There will be a transitioning. You are building something for your family. But today you are president, you are CEO, you are dying today. They are appointing someone tomorrow. You are former someone, and that's game over. But that one doesn't translate or transform to your family, to your grandchildren, those kind of things. So those are the very good reason you have been able to explain. You said you are originally from Tanzania, and I see the flag of our great country of Tanzania. So we share a lot of things from Team Upendo.
Absolutely.
Where are you? Which part of Tanzania are you from?
So me, in Tanzania, I'm originally from Kilimanjaro. So that's where I am from. And I know they always make a joke that the people from Kilimanjaro,
Yes.
all they think about is money, money,
Smart.
money, money.
For me, I treat them, they are smart. They know how to not to get employed, how to invest. That is a typical genetics DNA of people from Kilimanjaro.
So I just expand that a little bit, and took advantage of that and move with it.
Yeah.
They already say, anyway, might as well do it.
So how many years have you been here in the United States?
Oh my goodness, I've been in the United States for 23 years.
Do you have any regret for not being in Tanzania for all this time? I know you are traveling and all other things.
I think the day I took a flight to come here, I had to really talk to myself and say what it is I'm doing, because I was at the age of 20 and I'm one of those people, I don't mind, you can calculate my age, no problem. I was 20 years old, female, going out on a country I don't know, just graduated from high school. So just leaving my family then, if any regret would have been done, it would have been done then. But at that time, I was so ambitious young lady, right? Got an opportunity, grab it, run with it. Regret was like not even a vocabulary of my mind.
Yes.
So that fire of me since then just keep burning all the way here. So regret, I never even considered to be there could have been either or. I'm always thinking that is a combination of being,
Yes.
Your life is full of, decision you make as well as where you're going. So based on where I'm going, I didn't really think about, I could stop to think, could I have done differently, So that's how I'm going until today. Regret? No. Never came to mind.
Yes, you said you came here around the age of 20. Myself, I came here on 20, the age of 26, 1 month before going to the age of 27. And 2 days ago, I was reading what is the average age of immigrants coming to America. So in 1990 to 2000, it was average the age of 26, but now it's going to the age up to 30 to 37, up to 45. Majority of people nowadays are coming a little bit older. That brings me to a very critical question, because when you come at the age of 20, yes, you have a room to grow, to get a degree, to make mistakes. You come at the age of 18, but you are coming here at the age of 30, 35. You don't have that room. So that's why we want people like you to break down what are the important things you need to do from day one after arriving in America. I know these principles, they apply wherever you are. It doesn't matter, you must be in America. But especially we're talking about immigrants who are here. Let's say, yes, some people, we are late to know all these kind of things. But what if someone is preparing to go to Europe or is coming to America or is just finishing bachelor degree, and what are the important things we need to do? And what I say important things, let's go to break down to the beginning. The use of money. myself, I assume I know how to use money. But when I was growing up, the money was my father and my mother. They have money. I go to school, they give me school fees. That is not my money. The first money I got, like I say, like this is money, is when I finish LGBT high school. Before going to the university of teaching tuition, you get $50, $200 per month. That is good money, but it still is not. You are still living at home. You go to the university, you get the money for school. That is still is not the money. You find out we do not know, we don't have experience of using money, making mistakes, and knowing the principles. So can you break down for everybody who assumes knows how to use money, what is the principles of the money?
Wow, that's a very loaded question, right? Like, break it down, principle from the beginning. How do we use money? I mean, that is really $1 million question, but I have a simple way to look at it, right?
Yes.
So for us who are in America per se, you are talking about people who just already started life, 30, 35, coming to America. What are they going to do, right? So the first thing really, when you come to any country you go, understand the system, right? Understand the system. What do I mean by that? What are the things that they are laws, right? Look at the laws versus not laws, right? What do I mean by that? Like here in America, right? You have to put a seatbelt on when you drive. If you don't, they're gonna do what? They're gonna give you a ticket.
Yes.
People ever wonder why that came to law? Or they just do it because it's a law, right? So, if you look at that, how many of us who went to school actually were taught how to use our money when you get off school?
No, I was not told.
No, right? Nobody was taught. But did they ever put a law there? If you go to debt, and you don't pay your mortgage, what are they saying? Do they say they're going to take you to jail, or they're going to take the house? So things like that, like, why didn't they put a law for people to know money, knowing that they're going to go homeless, right? But they put a law, for people to put a seatbelt for your own safety. Is that true? That is your safety? So if you ask simple question like that, you want to know. So the first thing is that many people always believe about wealth. It's just that they define it differently. When it comes to money, right, the wealth formula, shows this. There are many ways, but the one that I there to most of the time is, in order to be wealth, number one, you have to make the income. Would you agree, Mr. Makulila? No income, no wealth, right?
Yes.
Then you take your lifestyle. So you take income minus your lifestyle. Now you have some savings.
Yes.
So that savings, based on your lifestyle, could be negative or positive.
Mostly negative to many people.
Now we call it a debt, right? Makes sense? And as soon as you're in debt, you're paying somebody else.
Yes.
So when you think about people who have positive savings, how much is that money making for you? Because if it's debt, you pay for somebody. What if it's yours? How much are they paying for your money? Now you start thinking about, where do I put my money, right? So you look at the concept of banking. How much, what is needed for my money to grow? It's interest. Simple, right?
Yes.
In America, interest. So that saving that is positive, you add interest, right? Once you add that interest, the question is, how much of it? So you go to your bank and everybody have checking account, savings account. It's just a conventional way of living. We all need it to pay bills, right? Then you ask the bank, how much interest do you give on my money versus how much interest I give you for the credit card you gave me?
Oh.
So people ask me, what do I need to know? You gotta ask those questions when you go to get those bank accounts, when you go to get those. So once you figured it out, there's a rule called compound interest. That compound interest, it has no discrimination. All it does is look at the interest, right? And it says this, based on the interest you get today, Mr. Makulilo, we're gonna take a rule of 72, which is 72 is a constant number in America. Albert Einstein came up, a genius guy, right? For us African, all we know is MC squared. So guess what? Boom, as soon as you get that, you divide by the interest. The number